guys, I'm about to head off to the gym to do a super quick, efficient, effective workout, and I figured I would share the workout with you guys. As I've told you, I have not had nearly as much time lately to get in the workouts that I want to get in. Until recently, I was going to the gym 5 days a week to lift. Now I'm averaging about 2. So I gotta make those 2 workouts really count. But even with those 2 workouts, I'm majorly crunched for time, slash also kind of sleep deprived. So I'm adapting my workout routine, and I wanted to share this super quick, efficient workout with you guys for anyone else who's in the same situation where, I mean, maybe you have time, but you only can train 2 days a week. Or maybe you're on vacation and you don't want to dedicate as much time as you normally do to training, but you still want to get a little bit of training in. So today's workout is going to be dumbbell only. It's going to be able to be done anywhere from half an hour to about an hour. I'll kind of explain how you can extend it to the amount of time that you have available to dedicate to it. It's going to be a full body workout, so it's going to hit everything in one go, and it's going to be fun. Before I head to the gym, I'm going to take a quick little pre-workout because, like I said, haven't been getting a ton of sleep lately. So if I want to be able to have like an efficient workout, I need a little something. Nothing that's gonna like just jar me into training way too hard and ultimately hurting myself, or training so hard that I can't recover because I'm not getting enough sleep, but just a little something like kick me in the butt, get me in the zone, and really make sure I can get enough out of my workout. My favorite thing for that is the 4 Sigmatic focus shot. This little tiny thing has, what is it, 50 milligrams of caffeine that comes from guayusa. So it's just like a little boost. It's less than an espresso shot, but then it also has adaptogens in it that, at least for me, really get me in the zone for my workout. So the first one is lion's mane. Lion's mane is thought to be very neuroprotective. It's thought to boost cognitive function, and I find that when I take lion's mane as a pre-workout, even if I just take it by itself, like in a smoothie or whatever, or just throwing it in my coffee, it really helps me focus. Like, I feel that mental clarity, and it keeps me really in the zone for my workout. If you don't have a lot of time just like in your day, the last thing that you want is to be wasting your time at the gym. Like, when you're there, if you only have half an hour, you want to be using that half an hour. You don't want to be like distracted, like not like in sync with your workout. You want to be right there, and lion's mane is great for that. It also has rhodiola, which is known to boost energy, endurance, and workout performance. So like, in my opinion, one of the best pre-workout adaptogens. That's really what's going to like help my physical body get more into the workout. That and the caffeine, gonna get my physical body like stronger, more into the workout. So I'm gonna chug this real quick. This is honestly one of my absolute favorite pre-workout supplements. If you've been using like regular pre-workout that's full of a lot of things that are probably not that great for you and are looking for a more natural alternative, I highly recommend switching to this. If you do want to check this out, I'll leave a link down in the description box below. The code FITAndNerdy will get you 15% off of this or any other 4 Sigmatic product.
So we're starting off this workout with a little warm up. I always start with a little bit of cardio and then some stretchy stuff to just get my body warmed up and moving. But while I do a little quick time lapse of this, I'm gonna tell you about the structure of this workout and why it's gonna be super efficient and effective. The main thing is, when I build a workout, when I don't have a lot of time to work out, is I build it around the 5 main compound lifts: the squat, deadlift, bench press, overhead press, and barbell row. So I will just take some variation of those 5 exercises and put them together as a workout. Then if I have some extra time, I throw in 1 or 2 isolation exercises to just add a little bit more volume to a muscle group that I want to add some more volume to. So today I'm gonna show you a workout that includes some isolation work, but you can totally leave it out if you're short on time and just wanna make this like a quick 25-30 minute workout. One super important thing to pay attention to is, even if you don't have a lot of time, form is still key. Do not rush through your reps just because you don't have as much time as you would like. It would be so much better to do 1 less set of everything, but with good form, than it would be to get through an extra set of everything, but be using not so great form where the muscles aren't engaged properly. The first exercise in this workout is going to be a variation of the squat, and for this we're doing deficit reverse lunges. So you wanna get a little bit of a platform, nothing too big, just a couple inches. You're gonna start on that and just do do reverse lunges off of it. I really like using single leg variations of the squat because it forces you to use your stabilizer muscles a lot more, which just means really good glute engagement. One cue that I like to make sure I'm personally paying attention to in this exercise is making sure my knee is driving directly in line with my toe. When you're doing single leg exercises, it can be really easy to accidentally let your knee track in a different direction, but this is ultimately going to lead to some knee pain and potentially some injuries, so not a very good idea. Just make sure your knee is going in the same direction as your toe every time you do a lunge. Making it a deficit reverse lunge by standing on a little platform is just going to get you deeper range of motion, which is just going to mean better activation of your glutes and your quads. So all around, just a slightly more efficient and effective exercise. You're going to do this for 2 to 4 sets depending on how much time you have, and 8 to 12 reps. So if you're super short on time, you can just do 2 sets of everything that we're going to go through. If you have a little bit more time, then you can do 3 sets or even 4 sets. The next exercise is going to be a single arm dumbbell row. This is, of course, a variation of the barbell row. But I absolutely love this one because it's unilateral, meaning you're only using one side of your body at a time, which means you can really use it to even out any imbalances that you have in your back. When you're doing bilateral exercises like a cable row or a lat pull down or something, if you have imbalances, oftentimes that will tend to reinforce it just because the stronger side can just keep taking over. And so you're never forced to treat both sides equally. But when you divide it into one side and then the other side, then you really have to make sure you're completely engaging each side that's working when it's working. So for this exercise, I like to have a box or a bench that I can put my knee and my hand on so that my upper body can be parallel to the floor. Then I'm just gonna pull the dumbbell up towards my rib cage, making sure I'm really squeezing my lats to generate that movement. Once you've done 8 to 12 reps on one side, switch to the other side, do another 8 to 12 reps, and then you can do again 2 to 4 sets depending on how much time you have. Next up, we're doing the Romanian deadlift as our variation of the standard barbell deadlift. For this one, you're gonna start standing with the dumbbells in your hands and then hinge back at the hips, keeping your legs relatively straight. You can have a little bit of bend in your knees, but for the most part, you really wanna feel that pull through your hamstrings and your glutes as you lower the weights. The cue that I like to give for initiating this movement is pushing someone out of the way with your butt as opposed to trying to sit down. When you think about the movement as pushing your hips back rather than bending over, your body tends to fall into the proper form more, where you're keeping your back straighter, you're hinging more at the hips rather than just kind of letting everything collapse downwards. Once your back is parallel to the floor or your hamstrings are just at max stretch capacity, you're gonna really focus on driving through your glutes and pulling through your hamstrings to pull your body back upright. Do this for 8 to 10 reps, and again, 2 to 4 sets. Our next exercise is the variation of the bench press, and today that's gonna be push-ups. Just standard, good old, straight push-ups. If you have not yet built up to your first push-up, feel free to use a bench, do knee push-ups, whatever you need to do to be able to do 8 to 12 of them. Since the push-ups are in this workout to take the place of a bench press, I recommend putting your hands in the wider position as opposed to the narrow position. When your hands are wider, it targets more of your chest, whereas if they're tucked in closer to your body, you hit more triceps, and we really want to make sure we're hitting the chest with this, so it's okay to spread your arms out just a little bit more. There should still be a little bit of angle in your elbow, because if your shoulders are flared out too far, that is going to put more stress on your shoulders, but as long as they're not out past 90 degrees, it's gonna be fine. So like I said, you're gonna do this for 8 to 12 reps, and again, 2 to 4 sets. The last exercise of the 5 main compound lifts is the overhead press. Today, our variation is just gonna be some good old lateral raises. Grab a dumbbell in each hand, lift your arms up to the side, put them back down. The only thing is, make sure you're not lifting your hands past shoulder height. I like to keep a little bit of a bend in my elbow, and that's pretty much it. Do this for 10 to 12 reps, and again, 2 to 4 sets. And this will be the end of the 5 main compound lifts part of this workout, so if that's all you have time for, you can go ahead and stop right here. But if you wanna add in a little bit of isolation work, I decided to add in 1 exercise for the glutes and 1 exercise for the abs. So the next exercise we're gonna do is the single leg hip thrust. Grab a box box or a bench, grab a dumbbell. You're going to set up with your body basically parallel to the floor. Your shins are going to be perpendicular to the floor. So you want to try to have a 90-degree bend in your knees. From there, on one leg, lower your butt towards the ground and then lift right back up. One thing I like to pay attention to during this exercise is when I get to the bottom of the movement, I really focus on engaging my glutes. Like I pause there for a second, let my mind to muscle connection really establish with my glutes so that I really feel them as I squeeze to drive my hips up. And make no mistake, this exercise looks easy, but it's definitely challenging. You'd be hard pressed to find someone that can use really heavy weight with a single leg hip thrust. You might be able to hip thrust 250 pounds, but single leg is just, it's a whole different beast. So even if you're already including regular barbell hip thrusts into your workouts, highly recommend throwing in some single leg hip thrusts because they're just gonna hit your glutes in a whole different way. Once you've done 8 to 12 reps on one side, you're gonna switch sides, do another 8 to 12 reps, and then you're done. And you're gonna do that again for 2 to 4 sets. This last exercise is gonna be just a little bit of abs. We're doing reverse crunches. Now, I have made lots of videos about abs lately, so you've probably seen them. I probably don't need to go into this one too much, but basically you're gonna start laying down. I like to hold on to something just for stabilization, and then you're just going to roll your legs up over your head and then unroll back down. The main cue that I like to implement with this exercise is rolling one vertebrae at a time up off the mat and then slowly rolling back down one vertebrae at a time. If you really focus on this and making sure you're not using momentum to generate the movement, you're going to get insane ab engagement, and this is actually going to be a very challenging exercise. But if you end up using a lot of momentum, it becomes very, very easy. So if you're doing this and it feels really easy, just pay attention to what your legs are doing and make sure that they are not what is leading the movement. All of the contraction and extension should come through your core. So you're gonna do 10 to 15 reverse crunches for 2 to 3 sets. And that was the workout. Yes, I'm filming this outro the next day, but I hope you guys liked it. If you give it a try, let me know how it goes down in the comments below. If you have any requests for similar workouts, different workouts, any kind of workouts, let me know. The format that I followed for this workout is basically like, it's my basic formula that I kind of use to compose all of my workouts, just because the 5 main compound lifts are just like, they're key. They get you everything you need. I actually have a video talking through how to do all the 5 main compound lifts and like giving video demonstrations for everything. If you want to learn how to do those better, I'll leave that linked down in the description box below too. But yeah, check it out, give this a try, let me know how it goes. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. It really does support me and my channel, and I really appreciate it. Make sure you check out that little focus shot from Four Sigmatic down in the description box. Share this video with some people, maybe your gym buddies, maybe people who you want to be your gym buddies. If you want to see more workouts from me, you can check them out over here. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to see future workouts and other videos from me. Hit the little notification bell so you get notified when I post a video, and I will see you very soon. Bye.